Good evening. No, it's morning. It's morning. But only just. We are 27 minutes left of the morning. It's 11:33 and we go live at 10 a.m.
Ish. That's a massive ish today. Can we make the ish a little bit bigger, please, Graham?
Ish. All of the ishes. We appreciate everyone being here, even though we are a bit late. We never commit to 10 a.m. That's why ish is there. But you guys are right. Even the first message in the chat. Ish. Apologies for the delay, but do you know what? We don't really apologise because we got things to do. Busy day. For those of you who don't know, it's my birthday tomorrow. So we are just trying to box off. I don't know. I've not mentioned it before, you know. So yeah, my birthday tomorrow. So I will not be here, which means work-wise, off-stream, there's a million and one things to be done, and on-stream, there's a million and one things to be done as well. So we've just been busy morning. But thank you all for being here right at the start as well. Very, very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. How are we all doing? Are we all fine? Ish. Excuse me. Gagad, good morning-ish, gents. West, 1 p.m.-ish. Hey, how's things, West? I've not seen you for a while. Obviously, you were streaming. Was it Agrobeard's birthday last week? And then did you? I don't think you streamed yesterday, did you? But then again, I've been kind of busy, birthday-ish stuff and getting things done. So I've not seen.
Thank you
much
for
of you
the
about,
ice cream.
Thank you for coming.
He's not
anyway.
live until the 8th, Graham.
What's that?
He's had work stuff to do. See, I pay attention to you, West. You know what I mean? I know I'm probably going to get the date wrong, but I don't think he's streaming until the 8th of December now. I could be completely wrong there.
Have you been smearing chocolate on your face? Because that is some serious brown nosing you've got going on there. Way!
Never smells so good on a Wednesday morning.
Tino says, "Oh hello, stay frosty, 10 p.m. ish. Naturally. Magic Man, welcome in, dude. Steel Bonsai, 11:34 ish. I love the fact that the ish is so strong. The ish is strong in this one. Nice. Magic Man says, "Oh, Christmas light. Yes, that's been sat there in my sources since last year." The Christmas intro. So the jingle bells and a bit of snow. 1st of December all the way through to the end of December. That will stay there. So nice. Yeah. Nice. Tito says, your birthday? Why didn't you say? Oh, did I not say that it's my birthday tomorrow, the 3rd of December? No, did I not say that? No. Although, to be fair, I was a bit less annoying with it this year. Not that I've not been annoying with it anyway, but usually it's kind of like, it's my birthday! And then count down to it for a month. But I was a little bit distracted with the PS5 coming. So it was kind of like counting down to the PS5. So I didn't really factor that in because for me, PS5 was birthday. So that was like my early birthday present. So I didn't really mention that. So yeah, I've not been as insufferable as I can be, but don't worry, normal service will be resumed next year. I will annoy the shit out of you then, you can guarantee. West, Yay. Thank you for the host. Iceman as well, thank you very much for the host. Much appreciated. Morning, ladies, says Mr. Gary Clark. How's things?
Hello.
Ish is holding on by a string at this point. Ish. Baby with all the knowledge, end of Philo and family stuff. So is Philo wrapping up now then? Because then obviously, some people will end off Philo with us coming out of lockdown. Is it like ends today? So we start going back to where we were a month ago, back into the office from next week. But slowly rolling it out, not fully back in full time, obviously, because staff rotation and stuff like that. But yeah, we are going back in from next week. But yeah, some people will be obviously staying on furlough until next tax year, pretty much, because that's how long it goes for. So yeah, interesting. Anyway, how are we all doing? For those of you that don't know, I don't know if I actually called our names out. I think I just jumped straight into the ishness. But my name is Graham. This is Bib, and we together are Ice Cream Uploads, or at least part of the team for Ice Cream Uploads anyway. In true ice creamy fashion, this is your scoop, the daily dose of news from the world of video games and beyond, and some may say the UK's #1 video game podcast. We are those some, but it still counts, it's all good. Anyway, we're going to give you our thoughts and impressions on the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games, and we want your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions right now, right here, live, exactly at 10 a.m. on the money. Ish.
Thank you for the ice cream.
On twitch.tv/ice cream uploads. We go live each and every single week at 10 a.m. ish on twitch.tv/ice cream uploads, which I've just said. But we go live every day at 10 a.m. ish. And it's important that if you're in the chat, that you go live with us, that you give us your voice. It's not just about what we think. We're going to give you all of the notifications.
Now then, fellas.
Magic Man with the host, and I'll pay Mr. Kangaroo Dog with the 6 months in a row, 8-month total sub. Absolutely appreciate that. Alpe, how's things? Thank you very much for the Prime. If anyone else has a Prime and it's just getting in the way, feel free to just throw it at us. We'll take care of it for you. We don't mind. We're good like that. Good like that. Anyway, as I was saying, we turn this live stream into a podcast. So if you in the chat, use the voice that you have on behalf of anyone watching and listening on demand. Those on-demand sources are a video on YouTube and an audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. So if you're here, please feel free to use your voice on behalf of those. Speaking of people being here, Robo Daniel is here, and he's just dropped a host as well. It's all going off this morning. Thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate it. Cisco, thank you very much for the follow. Too. Is this because it's my birthday tomorrow? Everyone's just throwing everything at us. Appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, without further ado, we will jump straight into the news because we've got quite a bit of it and we are super late. So yeah, there we go. Let's just get rolling. Let's jump into the split screen first. Bosh. There we go. First news article of the day. Do you know what? We aren't leading with an Xbox Series X and S or PS5 article for a change. I mean, there is still Xbox Series X and S and stuff news within the news, as you would expect, probably heavily between now and April next year. But we aren't leading with one, as this one emerged yesterday and could be pretty interesting, as Isaac McIntyre for Deserter.com says EA Sports hit with FIFA 21 scripting lawsuit for dictating outcomes. Interesting. Yeah. EA Sports has been hit with a new United States federal lawsuit which alleges Electronic Arts unlawfully increases game difficulty, dubbed scripting by a number of FIFA 21 fans, in a deliberate effort to sell more Ultimate Team packs. The lawsuit, and I'm probably going to butcher this guy's name, I apologise, Zajonk? We'll go with that. Zajonk versus Electronic Arts was brought to Californian court by 3 FIFA 21 gamers, Jason Zajonk, Daniel Williams, and Franco Lozano. In the suit, they claimed EA Sports uses deceptive practices and false advertising to drive sales in their FUT mode. The lawsuit suggests EA willingly and unlawfully tricks players into buying Ultimate Team loot boxes by utilising artificial intelligence technologies that adjust game difficulty dynamically. As mentioned, this is known as scripting by fans. The main charge laid by the plaintiffs is based around EA's failure to alert FIFA 21 customers about scripting features which are having a direct impact on matches. Unbeknownst to most, this is a quote by the way, I'll start again. Unbeknownst to most, EA utilises technologies like dynamic difficulty adjustment and adaptive difficulty. These technologies use heuristic prediction and intervention to dictate or even influence outcomes, thereby keeping gamers more engaged, the suit filed in November reads. These features, DDA and AD, are designed to adjust player stat points both on the front of the card and in-game in an effort to influence the result. This can lead to bad passes, poor shots, and wildly varying pace for FIFA players. All of this, the plaintiffs allege, is designed to do one thing: sell more FIFA 21 Ultimate Team packs, dubbed loot boxes in similar cases. This triggers a self-perpetuating cycle, the complaint charges, leading them to purchase additional player packs in hopes of receiving better players and being more competitive. According to the plaintiffs, EA Sports has violated Californian consumer protection laws, has conducted false advertising and unjust enrichment through their practices. The case, which has not yet been certified as a class action, also regards EA's other juggernaut franchises, including Madden and NHL. The NFL and hockey titles are 2 more games in EA's stables that utilise an Ultimate Team mode. And then wrapping things up, EA has responded to the Zajonk versus Electronic Arts lawsuit. The FIFA 21 publishers wrote, "We believe the claims are baseless and misrepresent our games." This is far from the first time EA Sports has come under fire for Ultimate Team packs either. The publishers have been accused of operating an illegal gambling system in Canada and are facing an $11.7 million worth of fines in the Netherlands and France for similar reasons. Earlier this year, EA hit an all-time high in FIFA microtransaction. The company made nearly $1 billion through in-game sales alone in September to December 2019, and a slice of this was then used to lure David Beckham into an exclusive £40 million rights deal. So yet another lawsuit. We've had the loot box controversies that have been ongoing in Netherlands, France, Belgium, Canada, class action lawsuits that are still working their way through systems in America, and now another one that's not class action yet regarding gameplay scripting. And that's not even mentioning Zlatan and Gareth Bale going after image rights and stuff. Are EA absolutely shitting bricks left, right, and centre? Or is this a money grab for one of the most profitable ISPs? And ISPs, IPs and ISPs is a completely different thing. IPs in the world. Bib, thoughts?
In fact, I'm gonna throw this back to you. Do you believe it? Do you believe in this kind of scripting? I imagine most of it comes from Weekend League, because that's their biggest competition available to anyone who's half decent at FIFA. You can go in, play 30 games, win as many as you can to get bigger rewards. Do you believe then that there is scripting in, take away FIFA? Do you believe the scripting in sports games in general?
Ish. Might as well use the word of the day to start things off. Ish. I believe there's the potential for scripting. But just before I jump in that, because I don't want it to jump off the screen. Cisco, thank you very much for the follow and also for the message. Greetings from Chile. Might be a first fan from so far. Hey, hopefully this FIFA lawsuit really does go through and sets the precedent for PES 2. But thank you for being here, Cisco. I think you may be the first person from Chile. If not the first from Chile, I think you're the first person that showered it out. So very much appreciated.
Yeah. Legend.
Thank you very much, dude. In terms of this, do I believe scripting exists in games? Ish. Do I complain when I can see the inevitable happening? Just yesterday, in one of the Legend Challenges playing on Top Player, I won the first one fairly easily, went into the second one, they're talking PES now, went into the second one, and I saw the goal coming about 30 seconds before it happened. Couldn't get the ball. Is that scripting? Maybe. Maybe not. So I say ish.
It still needs to be an alternative outcome, though, doesn't there?
Yeah, it absolutely does. Just because I'm seeing it, though, does that mean that my behaviour is changing? There's all sorts of questions around that. Because I'm seeing it, am I starting to rush? Am I starting to play different ways? That ultimately, it's the Oracle thing that I mentioned the other day from The Matrix. Don't worry about the vase and what vase. Smash. Don't worry about the goal. What goal? Chink. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, that was just scripted. I mean, there's that side of it where, as a player, I feel like some things are. But as someone that works in the game, it's not anything that's planned. It's not anything that's built in. I don't work on the game in terms of a development perspective, so I don't want to over egg what I do. I do social media bits around PES. That's it. That's fine. I don't do any of the development or work with the development teams in that sort of way, so I don't really know. But it's nothing I've ever heard of or been briefed on, and we've had those words outwardly in terms of the PES have investigated scripting and looked into scripting, and to the point where messages have been put out saying they've done an investigation, nothing was found. Because there was so many comments, we look at it, the team have had a look, and there's nothing there. So that I'm thinking, okay, well you can't get any more black and white than that. They've said categorically scripting isn't there. That said, I know scripting does exist in a different format that isn't scripting as such. That there is developmental scripting in terms of Stadia. Do you remember Stadia? We were talking about Stadia's superb technology that gets rid of the lag and delay, and it's kind of like the server predicts what you're about to do, so it does it for you before you do it. And then when you do it, the server's like, aha, it's already been done. Pow! Some of that stuff happens in console gaming already. I'm probably selling this really bad. And it's not just console gaming. I imagine it'll be PC gaming as well. But I know for a fact that kind of thing happens. Developers are trying to figure out what your next move is going to be, or what the next reaction to your action is going to be. So games are trying to think ahead anyway. So that definitely exists in some capacity. Not to rob you of a result, or to make your players worse or anything, but just from a connection improving standpoint. That kind of thing definitely does happen. So do I think scripting exists? Ish is still my answer. Ish.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you think?
I feel like, me personally, I feel like there is always an alternative outcome. The alternative outcome might not be the one that's in front of you, i.e. trying to defend the shot. I think maybe if you was to select your goalkeeper, I memean, this is way above my head. That there's people that will know so much more than me and believe something completely different to what I do. But there is always there always has to be an alternative outcome, whether or not the ball's hitting the back of the net or the keeper's saving it. Like you said, if you're trying to defend something, like the biggest thing at the moment in FIFA, or the two biggest things, is people saying drop back. I have no idea what that means. I don't play FIFA online apart from Volta. So the drop back stuff and also the AI blocking. Now, I did actually see some patch notes about the AI blocking that they're trying to nerf it slightly because apparently defenders are just chucking like that. You know that animation that's in PES where the players just stick out a leg to try and catch the ball behind them, and it never does. It just bounces off them and goes and breaks up the flow of the counter attack, for instance, shall we say. Apparently, that is like the biggest hindrance when it comes to attackers getting auto defended and auto blocked. So that apparently that's being nerfed, but that said, I feel like if this is just completely, I'm pulling this from thin air. So believe what you want with this. I don't think this is true, but I'm just using it as a devil's advocate stuff. That's the words I'm looking for. So if you're defending on the edge of your box and you think that there's going to be a goal and you can see it coming, because we've all seen it coming. We all know there's going to be a goal because we're all frantically trying to get the ball off the attacker. Chances are you're probably going to see it in our Masters of the League episode. That's going to be happening in like an hour's time.
Nice plug. GG.
Yeah, nice.
You work in video game marketing.
Wait that one right in there. But yeah, if you can see that you track the attacker's bearing down on goal, and you play, it's taking forever to switch to your defender that you want to try and charge the attacker. You don't want to slide because you know you're going to get a red card. But if you select your goalkeeper to do a little bit of manual, would the outcome completely change? Would it push the ball wide, or would it dive the opposite way? We don't know. We don't know how these things work, or if it's even a thing. I will say though, when I did play FIFA back in the Ultimate Team, back in the Ultimate Team days, obviously still a thing. But when I was playing Ultimate Team, I don't want to say religiously, but enough to be able to understand it. I'm talking like FIFA 14, FIFA 13 days, so I'm going way back. I did feel that when I had a card like Benzema, who was one of the best strikers in the game, that after a certain amount of games, his card became redundant. Now, I don't know if that's something that anybody else has experienced before, so you could have a card that is unbelievable for like the first 100 games. Like he's scoring 2 or 3 goals a game. He is unbelievable, unstoppable in the air, so good with the ball at his feet. However, the player just turns absolute dog shit after that. Like his touch goes off the ball. He can't hit a barn door. He can't score an open net. His passes goes wide. It feels like the card. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the card just becomes useless. It's like all its power's been sucked out of it. Well, that kind of the card's been space jammed.
Yeah, that's it. That's the technical term, space jammed. No, it's an interesting angle because without data, all we can do is surmise. Some people will look at it objectively, even though it's still very subjective. Is it real or is it placebo? We've all had that one world-class striker who just can't hit a barn door with a banjo. I mean, I don't know why people actually would want to hit a barn door with a banjo, but still can't do it anyway. So you'll get like 99 Ronaldo, whoa, or red Messi, or whatever the FIFA terms are, and then it just doesn't play very well. Suddenly your 83 rated strikers actually punching above his weight, and it feels wonderful. Yeah. Is that scripting, or is that just placebo? Are you just not used to the individual intricacies of that player? Does that not work with your play style? I know I've had that many times. I have players that play exceptionally well. I have 94 rated Dennis Bergkamp, who just doesn't even bother getting on my bench anymore because he's fast and he has all these different skills and stats and stuff, and I just can't use him. I would much rather play players. I usually like players that can dribble and have a bit of pace, and Dennis Bergkamp has that. I tend to just go for slower players in those sort of roles that have lower levels because I have more success with them. Is that a nerfing thing, or is that? Yeah. Is that? I mean, am I the victim of scripting there, or is that placebo? And that's the thing. I mean, it's interesting from someone that has an in-depth career in psychology. I mean, I got an A level in it once, very poorly, but still, it's interesting to see it from that sort of perspective. But yeah, I mean, we don't have any data on that, but yeah, is it? How do we know? How do we know?
Well, that angle kind of feeds into what this is talking about, really, and that's just one of the best examples that I could have. And it's Magic's put the nail on the head there. Regressed. That's the word I'm looking for. So the player's value of the card has become redundant. I know it's not working for me. Does that mean that it's asking me basically to sell this card to potentially open more packs to try and pack someone better? I don't know. It's a very, very, and no one will ever know the answer.
Yeah,
I think it's just down to. It could just be down to the coding. I don't think anyone will openly come out and say we know this, because no one knows. I imagine extensive testing has been done, I imagine, on pretty much every single sports game to try and bury this, because it's a huge stigma that's been attached to sports games since I think the dawn of time.
So let's jump back into the chat then, because is it a stigma? That's the question. Well, before we jump onto that question, a statement. Epic Skill says, hey everyone, Epic Skill. Now you're here, and now I know that you've accepted it. Congratulations, by the way, on winning our 2K giveaway. We are currently in the middle of setting up your thing, your stuff. I did get your confirmation back yesterday, so you have won 3 games from 2K UK and the Muslim selection box.
Congratulations,
so
buddy.
We will start again now. So GG's, congrats. It's nice to see someone that is in the chat and someone that is a subscriber winning the prize. I mean, it's nice to give it to anyone, but because it was an open competition, it could have been a social media mum that won the prize. So it's nice to see that you were picked by player.gg, which is our giveaway tool. And you're here. Nice. There we go. Anyway, enough of that.
Alfie with the sub as well. Have we shouted that one out?
Yeah, I shouted Alfie's out, yeah.
All right. Sorry. I was clearly well away when you shouted that one out.
It was
Morning, Shagger, anyway.
Yeah, 16 minutes ago. So it was like 15 minutes ago, but it was like 16 minutes ago. Okay. EA have been doing this for years and will never admit it. It's obviously a thing, and EA think that gamers are stupid, says Garrett. That's crazy, says Steel Bonsai. Daniel says, I'm in the Netherlands, and it's gone. Okay, roll back up. I'm in the Netherlands. Where was it? And don't get anything like this. Is this the because we welcomed in someone from Chile? Welcome in from the Netherlands. I can confirm that you won't have been the first person from the Netherlands, because we've got a few Dutch players that have joined in tournaments and stuff, but we still appreciate you nonetheless. Okay, chat is moving fast.
Shogun's there.
Show's here. Oh no, I see. Oh, yay! Show's here. We love you, Show. I won't admit it, though. I'll just say it just like it's banter, but yeah, it's whatever. Where did we get to? That's shady if it's true, says Robert Daniel. We're past that one. But remember a few years ago, there was a leak of EA's patent, which basically, and in the nicer words, the patent basically described the scripting, says Cisco.
There is something that I would like to bring up in this as well. That's through the chat. I think we may have gone past it and glanced over it.
What's that?
That Samaldo mentioned. Auto blocks, like Bib mentioned, are also crazy with certain meta defenders this year, such as Varane and Gomez.
Oh,
right,
no.
I'm going to come at.
We haven't got to that bit yet, so you jump.
Oh right, I thought you was reading up. Sorry, yeah.
No,
so you know what I mean?
God. So there we go. So they're talking about EA's patent, and then he said a friend of mine played a lot of FIFA, and he said numerous times he has had that happen in games and would claim it to be fixed or scripted, whatever you want to call it. Then James says that the FIFA scripting has been a thing for years that people complained about, but then Cisco links to the free patent online, which Daniel then commented on, saying, was it Daniel? The FY patent, which is allegedly scripting, the outcome is called dynamic difficulty adjustment. Patent US 2 fully listed. There is a link to that in the chat if you want to click on that. Cisco did post that. So there's an upload of the whole FIFA scripting patent there. So yeah, I'm not going to follow that link because if it's a whole patent, that would be a whole read. But I mean, dynamic difficulty adjustment. So that is a technology that EA utilizes, which is referenced in this article. So if I bring the article back on screen, the charges laid by the plaintiff say that unbeknownst to most, EA utilizes technologies like dynamic difficulty adjustment and adaptive difficulty. These technologies use heuristic prediction and intervention to dictate or even influence outcomes, thereby keeping gamers more engaged. is that a bad thing? Because I mean, is that a case of okay, that's just the game being fresh, or is that potato dynamic difficulty adjustment scripting? What do you guys think on that bit? Okay, I will catch up then with the chat because it has moved now. So where was Samaldo's comment there? Okay, before we get to that, it's not so much scripting, it's more handicapping, which is the issue with Ultimate Team anyway, or rubber banding as people tend to call it. There are periods of the match where your player suddenly can't string any passes together when you get boxed in and loads of pressure, which won't relent or reset until you concede. Auto blocks, like Bib mentioned, are also crazy with certain meta defenders this year, such as Varane and Gomez, which is the one that you mentioned, Bib. So sorry, what were you going to say then at that point?
So, as someone who is a data stat collector, especially when you're playing Football Manager, you're always trying to find that defender or that player that will add a little bit more. I mean, anyone who's watched our Masters of the League series will know that we've been looking for a DMF. We are looking for someone who statistically has a very good defensive awareness, who's good at tackling, who can jump pretty well, who can read the game well. Okay. So that player is Wilfred Ndidi. That's who we're looking at, 84 rated CDM. Someone who we think is going to help us out in defence as well as keep the ball moving in midfield. Perfect player for us. Now, there have been much better players that have been offered to us who have a much higher rating, but statistically worse in some areas, especially the key areas. Now, when it comes to players who seem to have meta skills, like Gomez, of all people, and Varane, people are using those because they are meta players, because they have clearly better stats in certain areas than some other players. They might have better stats than Virgil van Dijk is in some areas, so that's why people are using them. Is that really a bad thing? That's something that I've always wondered, because people use meta players for a reason. Why do people use Cristiano Ronaldo up front, even though he's a left winger? Like, it's because he's so tall, he's good at dribbling, he's fast, he can get in behind. Like, you just play the players in formations and positions that you think you can get the best out of them. Now, that again, this comes down to the Joe Gomez thing. Realistically, is he a world-class defender? Is he better than some of the best defenders in the world? Probably not. But some key area, it might not be as fast, it might not be as strong, but there's one attribute that seems to be better than everybody else at the moment, which is why they're using that type of defender. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I think that comes down to the purist when it comes to it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a difficult one because is Theo Walcott the best striker in the world? No. Even at his prime, was he the best striker in the world? No. But if you could get a team to full-on press your backline and have Theo Walcott as your attacking outlet and then long ball over the top, Theo Walcott is a cheat code. And that is exploiting his functions as a player, his skills. And you can get that in video games. The thing with video games, it's almost like, when I say it's kind of a microcosm. It's the symbol of what you can do in the whole football world, but it's under a microscope. It's literally like for one game. Okay, that is not respective of football for every game, because Theo Walcott will be useless for a lot of games, but then he will be incredibly useful in other games. Not like a Ronaldo, who will be useful in all games, kind of thing. And the same thing, like, it's easier to point at someone that has an almost broken skill, like Theo Walcott's pace in his prime. Joe Gomez doesn't necessarily have something of that caliber in the real world, but video games can be guilty of that. Guilty being a strong word, but basically you kind of have to get the right balances, and everything in video game development is a balancing act. Okay, we can give a guy more pace. If he's got more pace and he's still got the same physical abilities, then he's just going to leave everyone. He's going to be a machine. Okay, more pace usually means people are as physical then. Okay, yeah, but some players can be really fast and physical. Okay, we'll make that certain things for some players. Okay, but their touch is really bad at pace. But some people, and then it's the, if you make the pace higher, do you drop their physical stats, like their balance, their stamina, their control, their shooting, their so on? If their stamina drops, can they be really good and keep all of that stuff whilst they're just accelerating? But then after they've been at top speed for a lot of time and their stamina's drained, do their stats drop off? And it's literally just balancing act. So it's difficult for all of that stuff to be thrown into the tweaking, the fine-tuning of the development kind of thing. It's always hard to get the right balancing act. So difficult. I mean, I sound like I'm making excuses. I'm not. I'm just sharing, obviously, one side of it, kind of thing. One side of the scripting argument, should I say? Let's be a bit clearer. It's hard to put everything in. There is reasons that people use Varans and Gomez's and things like that because they are, as Bibby said, meta. Metas exist in real life. Just video games are real life, but blown up. The tiny things that happen in real life might take a million games, might take 10 years of football. 4-4-2 used to be the formation, and then it went to 4-3-3. Nobody ever had 5 at the back. Wing backs, you don't use wing backs. It's not 1990 all of a sudden. Wing backs are back in again because games change and people realise that there's a different meta to counter the current meta. And that happens in real world football, but much, much slower than it happens in digital football. In real world football, you play one game that lasts 90 minutes. Every 5 minutes in the real world is like that because of coronavirus, but every 3 to 5 days, maybe a week, one game a week-ish. Whereas when you're playing PES or FIFA or whatever, you're playing one game every 15, 20 minutes. And there's more people playing it all the time. So metas and everything are sped up and exploited. So there is all of that kind of it too. Anyway, stripping back from the tangent that I've just gone down.
Do you think they'll win, ultimately? Do you think there's a case there? I mean, that goes to the chat as well. Do you all think there's a case there? If you think there's a case there, just type yes.
Do you know, I don't think they will. They being... Where's the name? They being Zajonk. I'm not sure they will win because... I mean, I've not looked at the patent stuff, and I don't know if it has been fully declared or whatever, but if dynamic difficulty adjustment and adaptive difficulty are shared information, then I think EA have got a right to say, okay, well, it's there. However, if it isn't, then not. So I'm saying maybe not, but I don't know enough of how much information has been shared. I mean, I assume reading this that maybe it hasn't been shared because it says oh, well, there you go. The main charge is based around EA's failure to alert customers about those scripting features. So it's not about whether they exist. That's not what their claim is around. They're basically saying it does exist, but it's the fact that you're not telling people clearly enough that it exists. Which maybe they could do. Maybe they could win then.
Yeah, I mean, the chat at the moment is ratio that shows the only one that says no. The rest of the people in the chat say yes. So I think we've seen changes the way that loot boxes have been distributed across. I mean, PES was the leader in that. They started to give weights to what was available to you with percentages. Then FIFA had to do it by law. They're very well hidden, but they are there if you go looking. So they've changed the way that the loot boxes are distributed to people in what information has been given. If they have to declare that there is scripting, does that tarnish and damage your player base? Like, is it worth playing? If you know that you could go into a game and you literally have a flip of the coin, whether or not your skill level becomes irrelevant, and there may be a meta going against you in terms of you've won 23 games, you need another one. I don't know how the elites and golds work, so just say 24's elite one. If you're on 23 win streak and you can't get the next win to get into the final bracket, is it worth playing? Especially for the huge rewards. Let's not forget, like, people don't like losing, and especially when there's a lot on the line. People play online games to be able to win. You want to win to be the best. To be the best, you get the best rewards. People don't like to lose. I'm exactly the same. Like, if I go into a 1v1 with someone in any game, it could be team deathmatch where there's 60 people on the map. I want to be the person that's at the top of the leaderboard. I want the most kills. I want the least deaths. It doesn't matter what game it is. If you're going into an online environment, you are there to win. You're probably not there to have a good time. And that is something that I don't think many people will say. They'll say, oh, I'm here for a good time. If I win, I win. If I lose, I want to lose fairly. Fair enough. But ultimately, you're playing that game because you want to be the best. You want to win that game. If you feel like your skill becomes irrelevant and you are against people who will do absolutely anything to win, which is always the case. It doesn't matter if it's skill-based matchmaking or what. I've seen it too many times on PES where me and you have done it when we played co-op, and you're playing against two guys that do a kickoff glitch straight away. Then they'll get a corner and they'll fire it low to the near post to get a flick on, and someone at the back post will knock it. It doesn't matter what meta or glitches are available to you. If they're available, people will use them. At the end of the day, they want to win. They want to get the best rewards. They want, even if it's a vanity number where you get a champ badge for reaching over 1,000, or you could be the best player in the world and get fucking top of the table with no losses. People want to be seen as being the best, and I'm more than happy to put my name towards that. If I play an online game, I want to be the best. I know I'm not, but I want to be. That's the difference.
I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, the difference is the gamble. I want to be the best. I want to prove it. I want to go in this game and I want to fight it. Yeah, I could get smashed by someone that plays using metas and exploits and things like that. But I know that I can believe in my skills and my abilities. But can you? That's the question. Is can you believe in your skills and abilities? Your skills and abilities in any form of battle extend to your tools and hardware. I mean, there's always the a poor workman always blames his tools. Like idiom kind of thing. Is that the right phrase or whatever? Saying.
Analogy was the perfect one for me.
So there's always that kind of things. But even if you're a great workman, you still have the potential to blame your tools here, because my 97 Ronaldo suddenly is an 82 Ronaldo. And yeah, he's not bad, but he's not banging them in the top corner like he should be consistently. 97, he should be the best player on the planet pretty much. And all of a sudden, he's being outplayed by any defender that's in front of him, or any striker that's supporting him is playing much, much more better than him. And that, that would be horrendous. I would not play it. I would not be interested. If I got into a battle royale where, I mean, the reason I play a battle royale is because I know it's me and my skills and my tactics and strategy versus someone else, their skills, their tactics, strategy. They may have better skills than me, but I may have better tactics and strategy or luck in terms of RNG from the circle shape or the loot or whatever. I might have unfair advantages over someone else, but it's in the environment. I know that is part of the game. In something where I expect it to be 1v1 me on Rust, I expect my skills versus that skills to be an arm wrestle. There's nothing wrong. It's no grey area. Me v you. Chances are I'm going to get my ass kicked on Rust. But still, I mean, at least I know what it is. But if I go in there and I'm there running around with my pistol and they're running around with a pistol, but it's actually a submachine gun, it's like, what the fuck? It's not a pistol. I mean, that's not fair. Why is my pistol a pistol, but his is a fucking rocket launcher? What's that about? You wouldn't play it. You wouldn't bother playing it. If it was expressed like that. I mean, it can be done in-game. You play PES, you play my club, you play against another team. Your 97 Ronaldo suddenly has a down arrow on him. He's in shit form. You know that's a potential of a 10 to 15 stats drop. So he could be an 82 Ronaldo. But you know that because you can see that in the game. You can tackle that by not having him in your team or having a backup on the bench just in case. And then as you get into the game, Ronaldo is down arrow. Fuck, okay, backup comes on. You can mitigate that. That's fine. You can judge that. And does FIFA have a similar sort of thing? Does FIFA have form and condition arrows in that sort of way? Because if it does, I mean, that's not too bad in that sense. But it's the dynamicness hidden underneath it that I'm not a fan of. Is okay. Ronaldo's on a great up arrow, high five, yeah, woo! Actually, he's not really. He's actually still going to be dynamically adjusted. So forget what form he's on. Yeah, I like things being dynamic. I like the fact that players will change match to match, so I'm not just going to choose my starting 11 and it's going to be the same team for every game because they're my highest rated players. I like the fact that I have to move stuff around, but I want to be informed of those decisions and not just have it happen without me seeing. That's not nice. That's not good. And I think we can all agree on that. Goodbye, Daniel, who's probably already left because he did write that comment a while ago. But yeah, you go enjoy do the worky things. Do the worky things. Playtest, he says. Where has it gone? Right, got to shoot playtest time. Have a good stream. Enjoy the playtest. Tell us all the secret things that you can't tell us. That's fine.
That's a great. It just pokes up a little bit then, didn't it? What? Playtest? What?
It's not for PUBG though. I imagine it's for Thunder Tier 1, which is that top-down sort of PUBG thing. That's what Daniel's been working on.
Okay.
We were talking about it in a stream the other week. So I imagine that he's working on. For those that don't know, Daniel works at PUBG Amsterdam, so there you go. Thank you. Happy to be here. Thanks for the game, says Epic Skill. You are welcome, dude. You are welcome. Pez actually has double jeopardy. Not only do they handicap one player, they also boost the other. I mean, it's kind of like the seesaw. It's the seesaw balance in terms of that's that sort of in-game player emotion thing of if you score a goal, your players might just shit the bed and give up, whereas the other opponents are like, yeah, we can do this, which is nice from a real-world football mentality. It happens. But you don't want that to be decided for you on the pitch. You want that to be decided in your head. If you shit the bed, well, that's your problem. It's inside your skull. You need to own yourself in that sort of situation. Yeah. Which is why you'll find when we did PES League esports bits in the past, all player emotions were turned off. We don't want players all of a sudden shitting the bed involuntarily. We don't want no accidental follow-throughs. If you capitulate, The game doesn't decide it for you.
That's the beauty of the online stuff, in it being able to turn off the player emotions and the reactions and stuff like that. Because like when a player gets fouled, usually they'll sit down, won't they, and like pull the socks up. You don't want that when you're playing in a PES League final, mate. You want that player up on his feet and he's running back to where he needs to be.
Get in position. Variable AI / difficulty is most certainly a thing. Yeah. I mean, that's what this is saying, and that's what the patents are kind of confirming. The outcome is not predetermined, but the odds of success is lowered or increased based on player results and hypothetically player spending. Yeah, so I don't think it's the debate of whether they do exist. It's a debate of, the court charges are not necessarily whether it does exist. They're pretty much treating that as fact, which I think we can essentially do. I mean, I don't know enough to say it is fact, but I'm just going to treat it like it is fact. If you've got a problem with that, then well, whatever, mate, it's what I'm doing. So whatever. But it's a case of, are they being clear and honest with it? And I think that's where we come back to. This isn't loot boxes, and I don't want to start talking about loot boxes because we've done that to death, and we will continue to do that to death as it evolves over time. But loot boxes, you see it when, not so much now, because I think FIFA maybe has some sort of, does it have some sort of rates of return, like how chances of getting certain players from packs? I don't know. But
yeah,
it does. Since my club day one has always had that stuff on screen, and I remember like seeing FIFA players, not FIFA players, FIFA players come into PES and going, oh, I've got a 10% chance of getting a black ball player from this spin, and they'll do 10 spins and they'll get one player that's a black ball, and they're like, well, that's pretty accurate. That, I mean, it's not always going to be 1 in 10. That's just a guideline, obviously, which some people don't grasp. Well, I've done 10 spins. I got no black balls. Yeah, it's an average, mate. It's a guideline. If you do 1 million spins, you probably see it normalizes at that. 10 spins, it's not a big enough sample, but the point remains the same. Usually, it's kind of okay. And that's the thing. If they gave you stats and things like that, okay, you've got Ronaldo and you've got a 25% chance of him being 97, Ronaldo. 50% chance of him being 90 Ronaldo and a 75% chance of him being 85 Ronaldo. You're still like, okay, well, that changes the whole game now. I've just spent a shitload of money and effort and bought all these packs for this 97 rated player, and he is 75% likely to be just as good as my gold striker. So what's the point? Anyway, jump back through the chat. I will speed up. I hate to think how much my mate has spent on FIFA over the years. Yeah, Bibby's all the time. He's the absolute sit there in the back of his Lambo.
I actually can't. I was about to say, I can't remember the last time that I paid for some my club coins, but they wrote me in with Phil Foden, didn't they, Graham? In the office, just spinning them.
You got him though. Cheeto says, go on to EA forums and talk about momentum and scripting, you get insta-banned. There was a press release a few years ago about momentum, and Datamine showed the rules, how it works, and that has since disappeared from the internet. Of course it has. The patent lists player data, but obviously doesn't state what data is being used, says Robert Daniel before he left. Where's it gone? It was claimed it was versus AI only. Interesting. Dynamic difficulty adjustment is only offline, says Show. PES does the same, where it learns how you play on a game-by-game basis. There used to be something, I mean, that's been around in PES since PES 5 days. I remember Shingo Takatsuka, or Seabass, if anyone is an old-school PES guy, coming out and saying, was it Team Team Spirit or Team something. It was some Team something, and basically the game learned how you play. So if you went down the wings and you cut low crosses in, which everyone used to do on PS5 kind of thing, and go for the tap in, cut back, tap in, bosh, goal. The game would learn it wasn't very good. It didn't really do much, but the idea has been implemented in football games since 2000 and some 15, 20 years ago kind of thing. So that doesn't surprise me. Bibs, check out Francisco Saavedra on Football Manager for a DMF. Might be entertaining for you. I mean, we'll give him a look. We are playing on PES 2020, so it depends on that's a year back. So that's one thing that the longer that our season goes, the harder it is for people to recommend like young starlets because they might not have got the recent buffs that they might have done. But Wilfred Ndidi is a good shout. Still a good shout. Steel Bonsai says, we're all doomed. Yes, we are. What Bibby is saying is so true. It will make gamers think about playing game if it has to mention scripting, and rightly so. Yeah, that's it. It's like, do you want to play a game? Yes. Do you want to prove yourself? Yes. Do you want to challenge yourself? Yes. Do you want it to be a complete random outcome whether you do good or not? Mm-hmm. No. Why would I want that? You've literally just said, do I want to challenge myself? Yes. Do you want to perform? Well, yes. Do you want to get the outcome that results off your actions? No. Nobody would ever say that. So, yeah.
There's only very few games that I've actually seen that are 100% skill-based. And can you guess which the first one is on the tip of my tongue, Graham? It's not a sports game.
Games obviously. That are 100% skill-based?
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Online, it's an esport. No. There's only one that sticks out.
What, CSGO? What
yes.
Is that what
that is literally the only game. I mean, Shoals just said it as well. That is the only. As soon as I immediately think about skill-based games, the first one that I ever think about is CS:GO. There is a reason why that game has been going for so long. Is it 16 years that this game has been at the tippy top for, and it's still one of the most. Yes, and then they had Source, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that is the only game that I can think of that's held its social value, shall we say. It stood the test of time.
Gagad, 100% skill-based? Minesweeper. Tetris 99. Yeah, so there you go, babe. Argument smashed. Get out of here.
Hey, Minesweeper's 99% luck.
Yeah, when you first play Minesweeper and you just go, and then half the screen disappears. That's it, game over. Oh, yes. Okay, let me just jump through the topics.
Disney Princess Races.
Samaldo says yes. Can see it ended up with EA needing to declare it. I can see that being the case. I can see the court case kind of being a moot point and getting just settled. So EA then just say, okay, we'll make sure that people know a bit more. This topic is one that can go all day and night. That's for sure. Absolutely. We're an hour into the stream already, so that's pretty much need to move on. I remember I asked this question, scripting, when I interviewed Rutter years ago, and he was adamant that it wasn't in the game. It was either that it wasn't at the time, or that he didn't want to admit it. Who knows? Don't think it would impact EA much in the long run, fortunately. As I imagine the largest chunk of the FIFA player base is pretty casual, who just want to play against friends online or do career modes. Could see them trying to label it as something like dynamic momentum mechanics, which aims to try and emulate real matches. I mean, in that sense, there's not too much bad about it in that sense. For casual players and things like that, it's not too bad there. But it's the knock-on effects for the other people that want to play competitively, be that pro or just amateur competition. It does change the game. No pun intended, slightly. It's the only way that newcomers or lower-level players can remain engaged. I understand this concept. What I hate is the double jeopardy, where they not only boost lower human players and they drastically nerf higher-rated players. It's too common to see my club under 600 is defeating 750-plus players. Yeah, I agree with that. Have a mode, which is your casual mode, and let that happen. If you want to play like all AI assistants off kind of thing, in that sort of sense, have it separately. I mean, I'm not saying that's the be all and end all or the ideal way to do it. That's just a suggestion. But yeah, I agree. I agree, because you want, like I say, you want to be rewarded for what you put into something. If you put in the effort to get really good at a game, and that could be months of training, practicing, getting better, watching videos, trying new tactics, formations, new players, finding out what works for you, to then just get handed an L that you couldn't have avoided because the game thought, actually, this guy deserves a win because he's not very good. It's like, well, okay, I deserve a win because I've put shitloads of time in. Which one's there? Tito says, like microtransactions, if there's ever large-scale ban on loot boxes, I can just see EA doing offers on players to buy them outright instead of 100 coins to have a chance. It'll be 15 quid to unlock Messi outright. EA will always find ways around the legislation. It's too lucrative to not. Black balls is better than blue balls. Exactly, I agree. EA just say that less than 1% chance. Is that 0.9? Yeah, exactly. Huge differences. It could be a million times different just because it's less than 1%. Wild and savoury, at least. I'd take that I'd take that change from chance to 100. Buy what you want. Yeah, I think the buy what you want is the better concept. But if they put it at 15 quid, not everyone's going to buy it. And that's where you'll start to... If you're a content creator, happy days, because you're spending shitloads of money on coins and stuff anyway to play Ultimate Team. You now play it with a guaranteed return on investment, and it does add to content creators. I mean, a lot of people watch content creators because the amount of money that you need to put into the game to get their kind of look is obscene, and most people can't afford it, which is what fuels the content creation system. People can't afford it, so they watch you do it, which gets you the money to put into it and do all this stuff that people can't afford, so they watch you do it. And because you're doing it, it's kind of like scratch my back, scratch yours, not vicious circle, but it's a cooperative circle, if that's the kind of the right way to put it.
Is it vicarious? Is that the word that you use? Is that the actual word?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know
if like you're spending a load of money and I'm watching you do it and I'm enjoying you doing it, but I don't want to do it myself. Is that living vicariously? Is that
vicarious?
Am I just vicariously? That could be the word. I think I'm pronouncing it.
I don't actually know what vicarious means. I would have said vicarious. Yeah, the show said vicarious. Yeah, experiencing the imagination through the feelings, actions, or another person. There you go. Well done, babe. GG. Teaching me new words. Nice. I'd have said like a symbiotic sort of relationship, although that's not quite right, but it's a similar sort of thing. Bicurious. Yes. So bicurious relationship. Nice. Anyway, let's move on from that point because we do have a lot to jump through. So we have a bunch of articles. So let's stick the pin in the FIFA conversation. If there are any updates on that, naturally we will share those with you. If you guys see any updates on that, feel free to share them with us either on social media, Ice Cream Uploads across the board, or in our Discord. !Discord in the chat. Will not bring that up for you because my chatbot is not open. Nice. Great information. Lovely. I may have restarted my PC this morning and forgot to boot it, so it is loading in now, so we'll be there soon. Whilst that is coming back to life, let me jump in to the next article. This is written by Tom Ivan at VGC, and it says UK retailer Box is running ballots for chances to buy Xbox Series X and S consoles. Chatbot has just popped up on my screen. Nice. Get out of the way. Bosh! Discord works. Thank you, Cisco. Cheers, dude. So register for a chance to purchase Microsoft's next-gen consoles. UK technology retailer Box is holding ballots to decide which customers will be able to purchase Xbox Series X and S stock when it goes on sale later this month. The company says it's due to receive its second and third waves of the Xbox Series X and S stock in the weeks beginning December 7th and December 14th. Players can now register their details, which includes signing up to Box's newsletter list, to be in with a chance of securing a Series X or S in time for Christmas. It's unclear how many consoles Box will have for sale, and entrants aren't guaranteed the chance to buy one. Instead, stock will be allocated to random entrants who will be contacted to make payment if successful. Box.co.uk have taken the decision to utilise a ballot form so that customers can receive a fair chance to purchase an Xbox Series X while keeping our website online throughout the process, the firm said. This ensures a smoother transaction and stops customers from having to battle each other on a website put under an enormous amount of strain with huge volumes of traffic all trying to purchase the same product at one time. Demand for Microsoft's next-gen console is expected to outstrip supply for the console. Actually, you know what? We'll leave it there. I can definitely see the positives in this. Rather than everyone having to shit the bed trying to get in, you will know in advance whether you have the opportunity to buy it or not. But there is nothing that you can do to influence that. Is that a good trade-off? Bib, thoughts?
Yes, I think it is, because you've got more of a chance of doing this now than having no chance at all in just a random lottery. I think it's a very small price to pay, I think, going into the ballot. I mean, I think this is one of the. Did we mention anything about a ballot? I don't think we did we?
No, I don't think so.
In the ways that they can potentially try and get these into consumers' hands. I'm very interested to see whether they can't put money forward for the ballot, can they? Because there's going to be people who miss out on it. So, how are they going to dictate it? Is what I want to ask. So they're going to go into a ballot. What about if the person doesn't respond? Does it move on to the next one?
Good question. Don't think it went into that kind of level of detail.
No, it didn't.
I imagine
you've got 1,000 consoles, 10,000 people there, 300 of them don't respond. Do you just move on to the next 300? How are they going to work that out?
They'll have a timeline kind of thing. It's like you probably have okay, you've got this email now. You have 24 hours to purchase. If you don't purchase, it will be reallocated. I imagine it'll be something like that. Let's just assume for expediency's sake that is the case. Do you know, I like it. I don't like the fact that you can't secure it. There is no way that you can jump on, get it, and be happy, like I did with my PlayStation 5 when Game first launched theirs. However, we aren't in that world anymore. If you can jump in, get it, and get out, you're not going to get it anyway, because we have asshats in the world that are just going to buy 6 of them in bulk and sell them at an extortionate price on social media. So in reality, you haven't lost the ability to influence the outcome, because someone's already taken that away from you. What this does is gives you a guaranteed yes or no before wasting your time and killing the website. So do you know what? I don't mind it. I like it. I like the idea. I've never heard of boxes, Gary. I've bought something from them before. I can't remember what it was. It was something tech related. It was cheaper on box than it was on anywhere else. It's probably something for my studio setup. I'm trying to look around and think what it was. Can't remember what it was, but I have bought something from them before. The box tends to have tech bits pretty cheap. Not all the time and not all the things, but every now and then you'll get something on it that's like super cheap. Like Hot UK Deals. It's always appearing on Hot UK Deals. Hot UK Deals is a really good place to look for bargains, by the way, just saying. FIFA 22 press release. Dynamic variable adjusted AI dimension wall E included inducted difficulty. Yeah, I like the inclusion of Wally in there as well. I appreciate that. Cheers. Box selling Xbox Series X. Be sure to tell them Xbox types. Yeah, exactly. Box gets Xbox Series box. This is the exact same way the clothing company End do with their Jordan drops. You put your email in. If you're drawn out, they tell you when they then tell you when the money comes out. It's not perfect, and it's not perfect because who's never really been interested in Xbox, and thought, I'll just get an Xbox, type in my email address. Can't give a shit about Xbox.com. Bosh, that's it. Graham, I can't give a shit about Xbox.com. You, Captain Xbox, with your Xbox fan channels and all of these years of content creation around it, who still doesn't have an Xbox, can't influence it. I get it, you don't. Not quite fair, but it's not perfect. But it's better than, you not getting it anyway, and me not getting it, but Dodgy Steve from down the road buying it and selling it to either one of us at twice the value. So it's not perfect, but yeah, I like it. A lot of people that have been trying to buy Jordans will say that there's no perfect way in the world for it now. A lot of people have to get up early and still miss out. But yeah, do you know what? For us who are dealing with this as a fairly new thing, no, it's not new, but fairly new thing in certain senses, I don't mind it. The people in Hunger Games would disagree on ballots. That's true. I volunteer as tribute. I bought some smart tip from them. They're okay. Yeah, exactly. Nice speedy box. If you want to get involved with the hashtag spawn and ad and stuff, then we will charge you just 3 ballots guaranteed in the Xbox Series X discounted stuff. Anyway, let's keep the pace going. So, box.
Epic skill, you bastard.
OMG, Bibby smiled like 4 times since I've been here this stream. No rested bitch face today. It does.
And that, my friend, is because Gary Clark sent me a picture. And you're not going to see this, Graham. I'll show you afterwards.
Oh, okay. TOS, Gary. We know what you're at. Whoop, there's Gary, and whoa, there's Gary. Anyway, End should merge with box. from Nbox selling Xbox for the Xbox.
Graham's just blue screen.
Absolutely. Can't even say Xbox bot. Oh, I fucked it up anyway. Xbox boss. I can't even say that without thinking about it. So yeah, I'd be screwed saying that stuff. Anyway, next news article, which doesn't stray too far from that one, is the UK retailer. Our UK retailer cancels 1,000 next-gen console orders placed by a scalper group. I just want to keep that pause there, Bib. Go back.
It's a thumbnail and stuff.
I just wanted to see the reaction because you went on screen, but now we can see it. That was Bibby's genuine reaction then. So Very says a technical error enabled users to purchase consoles that weren't on sale. UK retailer Very has cancelled a significant number of next-gen console orders, many of which are believed to have been placed by a scalper group targeting Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5 shortages. Crep Chief Notify, which is unanimously claimed to be the worst name for anything that's ever been named in history. Oh, actually, it doesn't say that in the article. Sorry, I misread that then. Crep Chief Notify claimed on Sunday that it managed to order over 1,000 Xbox Series X consoles, understood by VGC to have come from Very. UK-based Crep Chief Notify, which has thousands of paid members, is said to utilise bot software to circumvent online retail queues and automatically purchase sought-after product as they come in stock. It recently rose to prominence after it boasted its members had obtained some 3,500 PS5 consoles to resell for profit. And on Sunday it said it had secured over 1,000 Xbox Series X consoles, which we covered earlier in the week. However, Very has since told Sky News that Xbox Series X and PS5 consoles purchased through its website on Sunday were only able to be ordered due to a technical error. Those orders, which were placed by legitimate customers as well as scalpers, will now be cancelled and refunds issued within 10 days. As a result of a technical error, some people were able to place orders for PS5 and Xbox Series X consoles for a short time on Sunday, the online retailer said. However, these items are not on sale, and affected customers have received notice that the orders have been cancelled. We apologise for the confusion caused. We will stop there because the rest of it just goes into the other news around it. All I can say is
oh, it'd be even better if there was like they would just go into the partner, say package secured, we've got the kids their presents this year, and look, little Tim is going without this Christmas.
Oh, yeah, imagine Scalper sat there. They bought 6 consoles. They've sold 5 of them. They've got 1 left at home. Okay, there's my console. Nice. Oh, I've just got another one. Oh, I can sell this one. So sell their console, and the one that they've just secured is unsecured. Unlucky.
Amazing. I mean, it sounds harsh that I'm saying that someone's not going to get a console. Fuck them. Like they've managed to go. They've done it. They've not done it fairly. They've managed to botch something somewhere. And their little cronies have managed to go in and secure something that could have potentially been taken away from someone who's been desperate to try and get them the real and legal. Well, it's not even illegal what they're doing. They're just dishonest. So yeah, fuck them guys. Unlucky.
The legality stuff. I know we're always talking ethical and stuff, but legality also kind of steps into not fair, because fair is a combination of legal and ethical. But by circumventing systems and using software to beat queues and automatically purchase stuff, that for me is illegal. The definition of cheating, the simplest definition of cheating, I don't know what it actually says in the dictionary, I'm not that bothered about that, but the simplest definition of cheating is using software or information gained from outside of a competitive environment. That could be having a radar cheat on a PUBG, or having information from watching someone stream and stream sniping them. That's information that you shouldn't be able to get to. That's a place that you're not supposed to be able to get to. By circumventing retail queues, that is cheating. You're in a queue for fairness, to make sure that everyone has their rightful place in the queue. If you miss the queue, you're not in the rightful place. That is wrong, which is therefore cheating, which therefore goes against everything that's been set up there. So yes, it's an advantage, and yes, it's not illegal in terms of the law, but in terms of their checkout process, I mean, there probably is something in their terms and conditions that says you're not allowed to use any software to use the website in a way that it isn't intended. Usually websites have that sort of stuff in their privacy policies and terms and conditions. So yeah, in that sense, it is breaking the rules. So get the fuck out of here. Gary says they did very well. Yeah.
Oh, they're very massive.
We like this. So yeah, if you're after a console, keep your eye on Very, because they've probably got 1,000 somewhere that scalpers haven't got. If not, sign up for the distribution lists from Box for an Xbox Series S and X. There's 2 separate lists that you can add your name to, and you might get included in their ballots. And then at that point, you can sell your console for 750 quid more than it goes at retail. Nice. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do you know what? Put your name on the list. If you've got one already and you don't need it, put your name on the list. But then sell it to someone at right price that you know wants a console. I mean, I've put my name on the list because I want an Xbox Series X anyway. But I genuinely would, if I get it, say, okay, someone in our Discord, someone that we know wants it, someone that can prove to me that they're not some scalping whopper, someone that's active in the community. Do you know, if you want it, as long as you come pick it up or you pay postage costs, then I'll give it you for what it cost me. I would not be against doing that. So do you know what? Maybe put your name down, see if you can help someone else out.
Well, the shaggers in our Discord are very genuine people. I'll have you know.
Yeah, just not that Gary Clark guy though.
No, not him.
I've been sending you nudes or whatever. He's just been sending. Yeah.
Oh, what? I can't wait to show you.
I pray to God that the next Xbox isn't called the Xbox Series Box, as Graham will be doomed if it is. I just want. I will genuinely just like
show will cease to exist. No Xbox news on the channel from now on.
I would christen it something else. It can be like Jonathan. So the sales of the PS6 and the Jonathan have been very well received. Why do you call it Jonathan? Because I'm not calling it whatever travesty they've called it for the next generation console. If it's not a proper name, and if it's another play on X or Series or Box or Xbox,
I don't want to know.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, next article, Tom Ivan at VGC says, Doom Eternal gets a new master level and Xbox Game Pass PC release date. Latest title update also includes multiple improvements and fixes. Doom Eternal will join Xbox Game Pass for PC on December 3rd. That's tomorrow. My birthday, just in case you didn't know, it's my birthday tomorrow. It's tomorrow, my birthday. I mean, this is surprising. You're welcome. Did anyone... Did anyone... yeah. Did anyone see the chances of Doom and Bethesda games joining Xbox Game Pass? What are the chances of this? Wow. But yeah, to confirm, Doom Eternal will join Xbox Game Pass for PC on December 3rd, Graham's birthday. The id Software shooter, previously joined Xbox Game Pass for console in October. Today's Game Pass PC announcement coincides with the release of Doom Eternal title update, which includes a new master level. Remixing a Doom Eternal campaign stage with new environmental hazards and conditions, the Super Gore Nest master level is a new combat experience designed to offer players a challenge beyond anything encountered in the base game. Players can unlock rewards, including player icons, nameplates, and cosmetics by completing the master level in different difficulties and modes. Today's update also includes an assortment of improvements and fixes for all platforms, which are detailed here. A link within the article. I won't click onto that. But very quickly, babe, Doom Eternal, a brand new master level for people that want an extra challenge, and it is coming to Xbox Game Pass for PC after already hitting consoles in October. Thoughts?
I never got round to finishing it on the Xbox. I probably played 3-4 hours of it max. I've got the ability. I have get Xbox Game Pass. You are?
Sorry, dad joke. You probably played 3 to 4 hours max. I was like, I'm not Max. I'm Graham.
No, that is my brother.
No, that's literally you. It's a different person.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, literally you. Yeah, this is massive. I'm definitely going to restart this and play it again on PC. There is nothing better than playing a game like Doom with M&K. So yeah, big fan. I can't believe that they've added new levels to it. It says that they've updated the way that it plays and looks. So again, massive plus for me. I'm probably never going to be able to get it to look as good as it probably would on my PlayStation 5 with my graphics card, but I'll still be able to play it on high and make it look beautiful. But yeah, Doom on the PC is where it belongs, and I can't wait to be able to play it for free because I've got Games Pass. Yay!
Do you know what? Don't even care, because I've just found out that December 3rd is also Christian Benteke's birthday, so there you go. Facts in the chat.
I mean, that absolute goal machine with 17 goals a season.
Smash. So yeah, if you want to play it, if you want all of the extra stuff, it does come out tomorrow, which is my birthday tomorrow. I don't know if you've heard that. Cisco pointing out, this happens tomorrow, question mark. Graham's birthday tomorrow, December 3rd, tomorrow. Yes, it's my birthday. God, you guys stop going on about it. I'm just fed up of hearing that it's my birthday tomorrow, December the 3rd. Not today, December 2nd. My birthday is tomorrow, December. Anyway.
What happens on the 4th, mate?
We all sit and think about...
We talk about how good your birthday was.
Yeah, exactly. And just start counting down how many days it is to my birthday next year. Nice. One final news article. We... obviously didn't jump on the bandwagon as everyone else did. You know what? People played a lot of Fortnite and then stopped playing Fortnite to play other games. How dare they go back to Fortnite to play Fortnite when there was the big events? What I'm referencing is...
Have we got the Timmy Tenders clip? Can we show that?
That's what I'm referencing. If you can
Yes.
drop the clip in the chat, I will open that one up. So Fortnite had one of its massive events yesterday. I've played a lot of Fortnite over the last 2 weeks to get to level 100 to get the Iron Man skins in game. I'm still shit at the game, but I got there. Nice. I didn't play through the end of season stuff as I was on PUBG with mates last night. I have watched a video of it today, and you know what? They are still so amazing. It's not necessarily groundbreaking in terms of the stuff that you do in game, but it's the fact that it's a shared experience that, you know, if you are doing that, you could be playing it with friends or a million other people at the same time. But I will, before we jump into the Timmy Tenders clip, before showing that, I will just go through the article Eurogamer, written by Tom Phillips, that says Fortnite returns from downtime with big changes and a new chunk of its own story. Marvel-less. It's clever because there's less Marvel stuff in it now. That's genius. Anyway, last night Fortnite bid farewell to its Marvel season in a game-changing live event which wiped away all trace of its superheroes. Today, Fortnite returns around 9 AM UK time, so it's already been back up for a few hours. Excuse me, and picks up the pieces from that big cliffhanger. We're back on a familiar map, though with some notable changes. For those who prefer Fortnite to focus on its own storyline and original characters, there seems to be plenty more of that in the new Chapter 2 Season 5, albeit with a guest appearance from Star Wars' Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. This season, the suited agents overseeing Fortnite's reality are trying to stop more characters from escaping its loop. That means that Agent Jonesy has entered the game himself and is hiring a team of bounty hunters to help, which explains Mando. The 0 point is exposed, the new season's press release reads, but no one escapes the loop. Not on your watch. Join Agent Jones and the greatest hunters from across realities like the Mandalorian in a chaotic battle that will shape the future of the island. In-game, there's the ability to take on new quests and bounties which award bars, a currency used within matches to hire characters as allies or spend on weaponry from vendors. The Battle Pass includes Mancake, which is not based on me. I apologise. It's not. So, I know it's my birthday, but cheers, Fortnite. Anyway, the Battle Pass includes Mancake, a cowboy made out of flapjack. Yep, that sounds definitely like me. A cool-looking game anime character, a tough-looking skeleton gladiator, and the Mandalorian himself, among others. Season 5's map adds a large desert covering the central area where the 0 point now hangs exposed. New points of interest include a gladiator arena named Colossal Coliseum, a hilltop area named Hunter's Haven, a mysterious walled area named Stealthy Stronghold, and a new remix of an old area, Salty Towers. Longtime Fortnite fans will note the continued mirroring of ideas from the game's first chapter, such as the 5th season introduction of a large desert area and a Viking longship back then. Below lies our first official look at some of this season's Battle Pass characters, including the aforementioned Flapjack Cowboy. Stop calling me that! Finally, this season's press release concludes with an intriguing line about presumably non-Battle Pass, so paid-for crossover characters coming later this season. The hunters on the island are only the first to arrive from outside the loop. Throughout the season, Agent Jones will bring even more hunters from the realities beyond. Who will be next? Famous fictional bounty hunters, eh? Surely Bobber's a good shout. Or Greedo. And video games, maybe Agent 47, Thane, Samus Aran, question mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Dun, dun, dun. Bib.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Look at that fucking little baby Yoda there, mate. Look at him. This is the best thing. This is the best thing I've ever seen. And this is why, for me, I mean, I don't play PUBG. You know this, Graham. I didn't really play Fortnite until this time last year when they brought out the Star Wars stuff. But this, my friend, look at his little fucking face. I can't wait to play this tonight. I've got a 10v10 game, and then I am sweating this bad boy out. I'm getting stuck in. I hope I can just jump in and get the Mando and Baby Yoda. I've got a feeling it's going to be Battle Pass material, so I'll have to get it along the way. But this is what dreams are made of, Graham.
See, I'm not sure.
The new.
Like I say, I'm not sure which way this is going. Like, is Mando gonna be in the Battle Pass, or the Season Pass, whatever it's called, like Iron Man is? Is Mandalorian gonna be level 100, or is the Mandalorian gonna be Kylo Ren? Is he gonna be 1,200, 1,500, 2,500 V-Bucks standalone as a separate purchase?
I'll fucking pay it. I'll pay it twice.
What do you guys think in terms of this then? Let's take that down. I hate you, baby, says Show. I don't know what that's in relation to, but that's fine. That's fine. And Graham's too, it seems, tomorrow, December 3rd. Graham's birthday. Not the 4th, right? The 3rd. Nice. I appreciate this clarification, Cisco. Yes, my birthday, I haven't mentioned, is tomorrow. It's tomorrow, not today, tomorrow. Not the day after, but tomorrow. Epic Skill says, laugh my ass off. I love this channel so much. Well, we love you too. Thank you very much for being here. You're only saying that because we're giving you free games, but it's fine. It's fine. We appreciate you being here nonetheless. Bounty Hunters. Is Fernando Torres also available? Imagine if he was though. Now, just imagine all these video game kids like seeing Marvel stuff. You've got all the Avengers in there. You've got the Mandalorian, and then you have some thin dude with elven writing on the inside of his arm and long blonde hair. Who the fuck is that guy? Conor McGregor emoji. Who is that guy? Fortnite kill it with content. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. I did see a comment earlier on today that said Fortnite is getting to the point though where Fortnite is now the Funko Pop vinyl of video games. Everything is in there, and I was like, do you know what? Pretty much nail on the head. Nail on the head. But even still, even though they do have a splurge of content, even though if you look at it as the bigger picture, it's maybe too much content, but in reality it's not. Anyone that plays through that game, I wasn't asked about last season, didn't really play. This season, something I'm interested in, so that is one small linear progression that I can opt in and play that and opt out. Next season, not bothered. And add Mandalorian in, okay, yes, maybe I am. Maybe I'll play for that. Next season, not bothered. If next season is the Agent Jonesy and that sort of stuff, yeah, Man Cake is nice to say. It's not something I'm going to play. So Fortnite does have so much content in, so much that it might put some people off. But those people that are on the periphery and might be interested in playing the game sporadically, the fact that the content changes so much and is tailored to different areas each time is huge at getting people reinvested with it. What they do with their content is exceptional. I mean, they have so much reach and so much money that it's going to be exceptional if you have so much ability. But that said, it's not guaranteed. Having so much reach and so much money means that you have the potential for a huge spectacular failure, and they haven't done that yet. So well played. I wonder if they will have the Dog the Bounty Hunter. You never know. You never know. Never played Fortnite in my puff. What does in my puff mean? Is that another word for in
my life?
It's either that or that is like an extravagant piece of clothing that Madge wears as he plays video games. I imagine him like a big beanie that he just sits in, kind of thing, like a pom pom. That's what it is. He's never played it in his puff. I hate Fortnite, but they hit out the park when they had Star Wars trailer. That event blew my mind. Yeah, me and Bib played that one all last Christmas. That was our unscheduled, unintended, not gonna happen, but absolutely did happen Christmas game all last year. So
it was so good, but when it being in the office with the rest of the lads as well, it was just like everyone was just creaming over playing Fortnite that no one had played in a while.
It's funny
though.
Was
so nice.
You're sat there with your Switch. I'm sat next to you with a PS5. PS4, should I say. Lewis and Luke sat the other sides of the desk, and we're all like, yeah, oh, there's a guy there, yeah, nice, yeah, no, nice. And then someone goes, oh, lightsaber chest, and the whole room just kind of goes, yeah, where is it, mark it, I'm coming over. And then people are like dibsing what lightsaber. That red one, I want the yellow one.
Drop the yellow one. I want the Kylo Ren.
Oh,
it was so good.
Amazing. GG's, boys. Agree. Can't argue with the level of content they bring. The only game where you can have Iron Man fighting Batman and Kylo Ren at the same time. Yeah, all of that and Man Cake next to it as well. It's incredible.
Flapjack or whatever he's called.
Yeah, that's it. Man Cake, the big flapjack dude, the flapjack cowboy. That's it's like we need the Rhinestone Cowboy song, but made with "He's a flapjack cowboy." All the young viewers now are watching. Go, what the fuck? I'm joking. We don't have young viewers. We're super old. Anyway, the only character missing in Fortnite is my local milkman at this point, says Gary. Exactly. Anyway, before we disappear, I wanted to bring this up. This is what I was kind of like teasing before started that bit, because Bibby sent this over yesterday. This is kind of the story. I did see a lot of people talking about this yesterday before Bibby sent me this clip over, which is why I've mentioned it to start off with. Fortnite is huge. A lot of people have said in the chat, I'm not interested in it. I don't play it. I've played it and I don't play it anymore, or whatever. People in video games, not just Fortnite, think, oh, well, you played that and you stopped playing it. You're not entitled to it. You tend to see it so much with content creators. If someone plays Warzone, you're not allowed to play Fortnite. Graham. Yeah, exactly. Gatekeeping is the perfect phrase. You play Warzone, you're not allowed to play Fortnite. You play PES, you're not allowed to play FIFA. You play FIFA, you're not allowed to play PES. Fuck off. Anyone can play and stream whatever they want, whenever. So, fast forward to content creator Tim the Tapman, Timmy Tenders, who... yeah, absolutely. Who plays a lot of Fortnite, or played a lot of Fortnite. More recently, he's been playing a lot of Warzone because, well, let's face it, Fortnite is years old, Warzone is fresh. In terms of the new Black Ops stuff has only come out last month, the month before, whenever it was. So it's huge right now. So anyway, he's been playing what's apparent to him. He still jumps on Fortnite. He still plays Fall Guys. He plays a bit of everything. He plays what he enjoys, funnily enough.
Away.
I know, bizarre. So he played Fortnite yesterday for the event, and then I didn't see it in context. I've only seen this tweet, but the tweet kind of explains it all. So I'll just hit play on it. It's 36 seconds. It should be fine for those listening as well, because it's not something that you really need to see.
You guys imagine
Enjoy this,
in
boys.
your house, you decide that you're going to watch a Fortnite event, and like your significant other or someone just pops their head into your house or your apartment or whatever. You're like, you know what, dude, you've been playing Call of Duty a lot, you fucker, all right? Don't come over here and start trying to watch Fortnite now, dude, all right? I don't give a fuck if you care about it. I played every day this season, and your neighbor's like yelling at you, and you're like, bro, I just wanted to watch the event. I heard you playing Warzone last night, dude. I've been grinding Fortnite every day, baby! My bad, bro. I guess I won't watch the event.
My bad, bro. I guess I won't watch the event. That is fucking absolute nail on the head, gatekeepers. Someone plays FIFA and they start playing PES. I play this! You don't! It's like, alright, chill out. I'm fucking just trying to get used to it. Someone plays PES and starts playing FIFA. And it's not any game. Do you know what? I love that. GG's bit for sharing that with me, because I absolutely would have missed that clip yesterday. So there you go. On that bombshell.
I was crazy.
Imagine
you fucker.
It's like, chill out, bro. I won't watch the event. It's fucking the way he finishes it. GG's. Anyway, speaking of finishing it, we're going to do that now, an hour and 34 minutes into the scoop. This is what happens even when we think it's, not the heaviest news day, we have one tasty story and we all chat forever. But there you go. Tim isn't as thick as he makes out, says Gagad's second best stream on Twitch. Tim is really, really good. He likes to portray himself as... The thing with people that portray themselves as thick is it's someone that's thick isn't a threat. So it's quite a welcoming thing. So if you start trying to be the most intelligent person in the room, some people just think, oh, fuck off, I don't want the conflict. I'm not arsed with that. Someone that's portraying themselves as thick, it's a psychological thing of, do you know what, if you want to feel like you're better than me or whatever, I'm not gonna, it's a non-confrontational sort of thing. But yeah, most successful, someone that's as successful as Tim the Tapman, you can't be thick and be that successful. No. I mean, you can be, but the chances are you're going to fuck it up at some point down the way. So he knows what he's doing. But yeah, that content is a really, really good content creator. Obviously, there was a lot of shouting and stuff in that, and a lot of his content is emotion driven, but not all of it. It's a very, very good watch. And the doc takes the piss out of him, so he gets my vote anyway. So yeah, nice. On that bombshell, we are going to wrap things up because Masters of the League is overrunning. It's like 1 o'clock. It's going to be a short episode of Masters of the League today. Do you know, we may not even get 2 games in it, but we will put an episode out just because I know you guys are wanting it. And I'm not going to be around tomorrow or Friday for any additional content, so we can't just have 1 episode of Masters of the League this week. But we will get as much into it as we can. Let's play Fortnite. I don't have it updated and installed and everything, and you know.
No. Oh, then again, I might not.
Yeah, you know, people have got needs and desires, and Masters of the League is one of them. So that is one thing that we will scratch your itch. Before that, though, before we disappear and come back with Masters of the League, Bib, is there anything you want to add?
Yes. There's 2 things actually. First one, I'll give you the disclaimer. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. to do the scoop. It will be a very small version condensed. It'll just be giving you the news articles. Obviously, you guys can obviously get involved with that as well. It won't be the full hour-and-a-half episode that you're probably used to receiving, because it will just be me that's hosting it. So that you're just going to get a nice watered-down version, but we're still going to give you the news that you need to know about. As I mentioned, if you want to get involved in it, there's two ways that you can do that. First of all, find us on social media. It's at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Second of all, get in our Discord. There's an area in there called The Scoop. All we need from you is your URL and your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which I'll answer myself because it's tomorrow and it's me on my own. Let's go, boys!
Okay, Bib. Oh, you beat me to it. I was going to say, Bib, what time is that going to be at?
Yeah, it's going to be a big-ish because work stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's around 10 a.m. ish. The only way you can find us on social media, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill by now. About nearly 200 episodes into the scoop by now.
Cisco asks the important questions and said, "When's your birthday?" My birthday, I don't think I've mentioned it, is tomorrow. Actually, it's the 3rd of December is my birthday. So, but yeah, nice. Thank you. Sure says someone was surprised the other day that I'm not actually a roadmap, but he means road. Nice.
He's fucked that right up, hasn't he?
Someone was surprised that I'm not actually a road man because I was once in my young Stabs character on Among Us. I'm not having this, by the way. You can't come here with your propaganda trying to push the agenda that you're not a roadmap. You I know you are a roadmap.
Yeah. Oh no.
Also, shout out, Show's birthday actually is it actually is the 4th, right? It's the day after.
It is the 4th, yeah.
Yeah. So Show's birthday is the day after. Shout out to a lot of people. I know that a lot of people may not know him anymore because he's not as hugely active on the front line, but shout out to Danielle from Pez Italy. He does like the Pez team stuff. His birthday is this sort of period as well. Don't know the exact day. And Bib, his birthday is next week. All the big man day. And also shout out to a one-time Pez/Konami guy, John Edwards, who now works at PlayStation, because it's his birthday today. He won't be watching this, but happy birthday, Johnny Eds. There you go. I thought
Apparently it shows 30th on Friday. There's no fucking chances there.
Which 30th? Are we like? Is it his 3rd or is it his 2nd one? I mean, how many 30ths are we talking? Because
it's 30th 3rd.
Yeah, there we go. There, nice. Yeah, not the scoop, the dollop, hosted by Bibby.
The melted cone. That's what I'm going to call it.
So make sure tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. ish, you tune in for the dollop, as he will bring you some news. Hey! On that bombshell, I'm going to wrap things up now. And I'm going to do it because, I'm not back for the week. Bibby will have a lot more for you tomorrow and the day after and stuff. Yep. Until then, I will see you on Monday. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. And stay frosty.
Stay frosty.
It's my birthday tomorrow, by the way, just saying.